Hello, welcome to Chris's beer reviews. So you're being spoiled, 2 videos in one day. Unusual for me to do 2 videos in one day. So we're doing another beer review, and this time it's a stout review, and this one's from Founders Brewing, and it's their highly acclaimed KBS, a flavoured stout. There it is, and a 330ml bottle. I will give it the twirl around so you can see it all. So as I say, it's a 12% stout, so it's an imperial stout, and I haven't reviewed an imperial stouts for a while because I did go off imperial stouts. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know. I can't even speak properly. I just went off imperial stouts. But this one I'm looking forward to, and I didn't buy this one. This was a gift from Paul's Beer Reviews. I'm sure you all know who Paul's Beer Reviews are. If you don't, then go and have a look at Paul's Beer Reviews, but I'm sure you all do. So yeah, he gave me this. I met him last week. It was great to meet him. He only lives down the road from me, so we met up and he gave me this stout. So I better review it really. Sometimes I get a bit nervous, if that's the right word, about reviewing beers that have come from another reviewer, especially when they really enjoy them, because then if I don't like it, I feel a bit guilty. But then we all taste things differently, don't we? But I'm hoping this is going to be a good one. I'm sure it will be. So I'll read a bit on here. It says, highly acclaimed KBS, a flavoured stout is good for everyone, and a flavoured stout ought to be good for. It's good for everyone. A flavoured stout ought to be good for. Don't think I read that right. Ale brewed with chocolate and coffee, aged in oak bourbon barrels. Very nice. This beer taught us that patience truly is a virtue. KBS is a big imperial stout, brewed with a massive amount of coffee and chocolate, and then bourbon barrel aged to perfection. Incredibly silky and full-bodied, with notes of vanilla, cocoa, roasted coffee, and charred oak. And charred oak, that sounds fantastic as well, doesn't it? So I haven't watched any reviews on this beer, but I did watch a video about the history of KBS, and that video is 5 years old, so I don't know how true it is, but they were using Jack Daniel's barrels. I don't know if that's still the case now. So anyway, let's crack on, get it in this glass and have a good look at it. Let's pop that on there for your viewing pleasure, if it will balance. Hopefully it will. So there it all is, all in the glass. That didn't work out too well, did it? Let's just leave that there, shall we? We'll just leave that over there. You can see it that way. Didn't work out. And there we go. Anyway, a nice little, very light tan, 1 finger head. Just excuse me for a second. Sorry, I'm not going to cut and edit. One of the cats was eating the wrong cat food. To stop them doing that. As I say, there it is in the glass. Apologies, we'll get through this review one way or other. That head probably won't hang around. It is an imperial stout, but it is pretty much jet black. All I can see is the red glow off my LED bouncing off the side of that. But yeah, that's pretty much a jet black. Let's have a sniff, shall we? See how what the aromas are all about. Oh wow. Oh. That's got a very strong aroma. Straight away on the aroma is coffee for me. Coffee aroma with chocolate, and you are picking up on that. What was the words that it used? Charred oak. That's what you're getting. You're getting that charred oak in the nicest possible sense. It's got like an ash type of aroma to it, but that's a good thing. And yeah, it is. You really are picking up on that kind of charred oak aroma. Coffee and chocolate. It mentions vanilla. Not really getting any vanilla, but it smells. It's going to sound strange. It's got depth. It's got, on that aroma, it's got depth, which probably will translate in the taste. Let's crack on. Let's see how this one tastes. Cheers. Mm. 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 Yeah, that depth that I said on the aroma, oh, is all there in the flavour. Oh. I've mentioned this before. This could be a long video. I've mentioned this before on some videos. Some beers just instantly give me a relaxed, warming feeling. And this is one of those. And this was one that I needed. I needed a beer to do that for me. And it's going to bring out a little bit of honesty. Is that I have been suffering recently with the old mental health. I've suffered for years, and I learned to live with it and control it. It's just been playing up a little bit recently. Just been having lots of anxiety issues. And you shouldn't really drink alcohol if you're suffering with depression. I'm not necessarily saying I'm suffering with depression. It's more the anxiety side of things. And this beer just feels like already with one mouthful that's just taken that away, which maybe is a dangerous thing. But it has. It's just made me instantly feel relaxed and chilled out. And I feel like I could probably now just talk for ages. And I'm sure you don't want to listen to me ramble on about my mental health and etc. But I instantly feel chilled, and this is one of those beers that just does that to you. It makes you feel chilled and relaxed. That's glorious. You know it's an MP. You can definitely tell it's an Imperial Stout, and as I said, I have gone off Imperial Stouts. But this is different. It is silky smooth, like it says on the bottle, super smooth. Yes, you pick up on that 12%, but it's not immense. It's not outrageous, that 12%. It was 12%, wasn't it? Yeah. And it's warming in the mouth in a nice way. It's definitely a kick back and enjoy slowly type stout. But the flavour wise, let's talk about that. That's what we really want to talk about, don't we? Is the flavours in there. And it is a beautifully rich chocolate. Like melted chocolate poured into it. Oh, it's delightful. The coffee comes through as well. The coffee just sits so well with that chocolate. It has got a lovely bitter finish to it. And I think what smooths it out is that little bit of vanilla that just smooths it out. It's not abundant with vanilla. It's not abundant with vanilla whatsoever, but it's there. And it just, I think that's what was giving it that silky type, super smooth mouthfeel. And that lovely charredness, those charred oak barrels, giving it a lovely, smoky type feel to it. And when I mentioned the ash on the aroma, you get a bit of that on the flavour as well. Just a little bit of kind of ash, charred, burnt smokiness. Just sitting alongside. That comes at the back, the smoky element, the charred element, just sits at the back on that dark chocolate bitterness. The only negative, there is a negative with this. For you, there's a negative. For me, there's a positive. This is going to be one of those beers or stouts that as you drink it, it just gets better and better. And when I go and kick back and go and enjoy the rest of this, it's going to develop even more and it's going to taste even better. Now that's the negative for you, is you're not going to get to hear that. I'm probably going to bore the shit out of my wife of how well it's developing. So that's a negative for you, but that's a positive for me, that I know this is just going to keep developing as I drink it. It's very good. I don't know how much it is. I don't think it's cheap. I think it's probably in the £7 to £8 a bottle region. Could be wrong. If you're watching, Paul, you could probably answer that, but thank you very much for giving me this. This is cracking. That chocolate is gorgeous. I think my wife would like this. That is a very gorgeous chocolate. The coffee is perfect. The coffee, you're getting the kind of bitterness from the coffee, the bitterness from the chocolate, and then with that kind of charred element, that charred oak, that bourbon barrel feel to it, which kind of helps with the alcohol feel. You're getting all those flavours, and then the slight delicate vanilla just runs straight through the middle of that, which completely smooths it out, and it smooths a bit of that bitterness out as well. That's cracking. That really is cracking. And like I say, it's one of those stouts that just, or beers that just instantly makes me feel chilled out. I don't know if I'm the only person like that has that kind of feeling. From one mouthful, just gets that and chill moment. If anybody else gets that, put something in the comments. I've rambled on for long enough. That's fantastic. Thank you again, Paul, for giving me that. That is fantastic. If you haven't had it, go and get it. I think they release it once a year or whatever. I could be wrong on that, but there must be someone that's got it in stock. That's glorious. I've gone on for way longer than I anticipated. Even gave you a little bit about how I'm doing at the moment, which I wasn't expecting to do, but there you go. Yeah, that's brilliant. I'm all done. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye now.